The following contains spoilers for Sonic the Hedgehog 2020. Wow, are we already in that year already? Anyway, just wanted to let you guys know I'm going to talk about the movie in some detail. So if you don't want spoilers at all and you want to be surprised when you go see it, go ahead and, I'd say look at my next episode, but that one's a spoiler too. So maybe save this one and enjoy. Alright guys, so as you can hear, this is Quinzel. Leslie is out enjoying her best life for the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to be taking over. Lucky you guys, right? So I'll get it started with the next thing. What you drinking? So I'm not drinking it right now because I'm like excessively tired and I could start yawning in a little bit. Anyway, I have been fanciful of tequila rose. It's good. It does not taste like alcohol, and that's quite dangerous. I'm semi-concerned because I'm like, hey, they definitely replaced this bottle with juice, and it's not juice. You usually get that about the second shot around, so I can appreciate a good tasting alcoholic drink. So anyway, that's what I'm drinking. Feel free to let me know what you're drinking, and maybe next episode I'll have something even better to experiment with. We'll see how my week goes. So speaking of my week, this is my week in geek, which I'm going to go into detail because I did a double feature for Valentine's Day. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, and I also saw Birds of Prey. And no spoilers on Birds of Prey. Like, I will definitely reveal that to you guys in the next episode. I'll do a review on Birds of Prey. But right now, you're in luck because I am going to review Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you're born in the 80s or the 90s and you grew up with this lovely video game and you want to know what this movie is all about, well, you're in luck because I'm going to tell you. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, it is, lightly spoilers. I mean, I'm not going to give you like the whole plot, right? But I am going to talk about the movie in some detail. So if you want to be surprised, maybe hold off on this episode and wait. But I am going to start with the Sonic the Hedgehog spoilers right now. Okay. So, first of all, I'm just going to get this out of the way. I loved it. It's great. Everything, this movie was everything. So, we know, that it's a Valentine's Day movie, which I love nerdy Valentine's Day movies. Like, I haven't been this excited for a Valentine's Day movie since Deadpool, really, and that was like, I don't know how many years ago. But, so it opened on Valentine's Day. And we all kind of know about this movie, whether we care about Sonic or not, because they redesigned Sonic, and that was a lot of fun. Boy, howdy. The memes that came out of the original Sonic and those teeth. Ugh. But the thing of it is, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I love Sonic a lot, and I still would have been in that theater. I spent Saturday morning sneaking watching Sonic the Hedgehog because it's Sonic is for boys. So I couldn't really let my geek flag fly with Sonic, so that was something that I kind of snuck and watched. We didn't have a Sega Genesis, so I usually played the games when we were at somebody else's house or something like that. But I really, really love Sonic. And even as an adult, like I said, once I had my own money and my own job, I definitely went out of my way to go buy some Sonic games. So Sonic was something that, as much as I can see how amazing certain scenes are with the redesign, it's so much like I would have went to see it anyway. Like, the plot is actually so good. So even though the redesign was a big deal, if they didn't change anything on the plot, I liked it. It was pretty great. But yeah, I loved Ben Schwartz as Sonic. That voice, like, it just reminded me so much of those Saturday morning cartoons, and even like the video game like cutaway scenes, because I had a thing with that. Like, either if I finished a game or I couldn't like get past certain spots in the game, I would just be like, I'm just gonna watch the cutscenes. So that was just a lot of fun. And of course, my favorite line from Sonic was, did that truck just have a baby? Like, that was hands down my favorite line from Sonic. Jim Carrey as Ro-butt-nik, which I will never let him live down being called Ro-butt-nik. Like, so for the rest of this podcast episode, when I'm saying Ro-butt-nik, I'm talking about Dr. Ro-butt-nik, but Sonic always calls him Ro-butt-nik, so that's what I'm going with. So anyway, Ro-butt-nik. Pretty sure him and the assistant were like dating and like a fairly toxic relationship. But even so, like, that whole thing was hilarious. It kind of reminded me of like early Jim Carrey days, like Liar Liar and stuff like that. And he was just perfect as Ro-butt-nik. As Eggman, as we say. Yes, he was an excellent Eggman, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I really love that he brought in like his love of technology and I'm smarter than everybody, and like that was a great ride. And speaking of Eggman and Egg Sack, that's another fun one in the movie. There were so many Easter eggs in this film. Like, if you, like I said, if you grew up watching Sonic, playing Sonic, even just kind of knowing casually about Sonic, there's little things that are really cool, like in Sonic's cave. And I think you can see this on the trailer, that he is playing table tennis on Hilltop Road sign. And where they live is in Green Hills. And that's one of the zones in Sonic. And there's like this really cool remix music in the background and everything. And there's just a lot of little scenes. And there's some stuff that I think I'm going to have to go back and listen to and just kind of see like, oh, I missed that. But yeah, it's so if you're just like a little bit, you know, into Sonic, or you're wildly into Sonic, there's going to be something in there for you. You're going to like it. Gosh, what else? Oh, so the mom from Mixed Dish, I don't know if you've seen that. I might need to do a review on that show too, because I do really like that. Her name is Tika Sumpter. She's hilarious. And, you know, there's something to be said that people say like, oh, once you're cast as a black woman in an interracial relationship, you're going to have nothing but interracial relationships for the rest of your movie career because you're going to be typecast like Zoe Saldana. Now, here's the thing. This lady is hilarious. It made sense to put her in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like, if you watched Mixed Dish at all, she's got a wide range of acting. And so she can play off like, this is a very crazy situation in normal real life, and this is how I'm reacting to it. And so she's hilarious. They go to her sister and niece's house, and of course the sister is just like, get a divorce, that guy's lying to you. But then it turns out he's just helping out Sonic. So that was a lot of fun to kind of see like the difference between them two, the sister and the mom. I shouldn't say the sister and the mom. I keep saying they don't have kids. She's the wife. Yes. And it was kind of nice because they didn't really emphasize like they're super duper married and they're super duper interracial. Like, they were just chill. They were just sitting on the couch watching movies, doing things. And it was a lot of fun to watch the two of them. Now, I will say probably one of the most adorable moments in this film was when, you know, she knows about Sonic now. The wife knows about Sonic. And so the little girl sees Sonic and he has these beat up shoes and these beat up socks. And the little girl, like, goes up to him. She's just looking at him with like all this love, and she hands him these shoes and she says, so your feet don't hurt. And it's just, oh, I was just like, this little girl is the sweetest. And I love that part. Also, it's funny because in the beginning of the movie, I noticed Sonic was wearing two different shoes, and they were kind of beat up and everything like that. And I like noticed that, I think, around the baseball scene. And I was like, I don't know why. So I don't know why I didn't see it coming that he was going to have the red and white shoes that he always has. But I was just kind of like, oh, he has two different shoes. So if I do a Sonic cosplay, I'm going to have to go to the thrift store and get one different pair, you know what I'm trying to say, opposite styles of shoes to be Sonic. That's what I was thinking. And so it was just really cute when she gave him the shoes, and that's how he got them. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going so fast. And I don't really even care that it was product placement at that point, because it was very, very cute. Also, like, quick segue, but when Sonic was passed out and the wife was trying to get him to wake up, so she used those smelling salts, and it's like that little package that you break. Now, I don't know if you have ever, any of you listening have experienced smelling salts, but I have. And I mean in the sense of like, so I was just postpartum, like, I don't know, 2-3 days postpartum, just had the baby, had a C-section, and it's like one of the first times in my life that I had like literally passed out and lost consciousness. Like, I've gotten weak before and still been conscious of like, damn, I'm falling, I just can't make myself stop. But like, this was the first time it's like I lost time, and I knew that I was going to pass out because I couldn't hear anything. It was just like everything was ringing, and my husband was talking to me, and he was like, you need to get up. And I was like, I can't hear you. This has a point, I promise. So I don't remember besides like panicking, being like, I can't hear you. And all I know is there was this god awful strong smell. I can't even describe it, but it's more like a burning chemical smell. And I just like, my eyes just like opened right up, and I was just like, I just like sniffed, and I was like, what was that? But it brought me back to life. And so it's really funny when me and my husband both saw that scene, and we look at each other like, remember those smelling salts, honey, that you had when you passed out in the hospital? That was great. Anyway, that was my segue about smelling salts, is like, except for the running around part. But when he first woke up, I was like, I relate hardcore to that, but I didn't start running around. But that's because I'm not a hedgehog, you know? So that's my segue. What was I saying? Yes, I was talking about the mom from Mixed-ish. Anyway, she was great. It was awesome to see her in that. Just like a gorgeous, silly, dark-skinned woman in like a nerdy film that makes really no sense, because we usually don't see people who look like us in those films. But then she was there, and she was like, okay, I'm going along with it. We have a blue alien in our house now, whatever. And it was cute. So I really loved it. I will say I loved the very ending. Right after Sonic, knocks out Ro-butt-nik, he goes to the Mushroom Land. And then so when they cut to Ro-butt-nik being in Mushroom Land, and he has the infamous crazed mustache, I was like, oh, that's why I didn't get it at first. It's because like when they kept showing pictures of Jim Carrey as Ro-butt-nik, like I was thinking is like, oh, okay, it's a hipster, not even a hipster Ro-butt-nik, like a upscale, new take on Ro-butt-nik. And oh my gosh, so seeing him out there in the Mushroom Land with the mustache, I was like, yep, that's my Ro-butt-nik. That's Eggman right there. And it was just a good time. Like, I really, really loved it. What else happened? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm almost forgetting to tell you guys about this. So when we were all pretty hyped during the movie, but I knew that I wanted to just stay for the credits just because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. So there is an end credit scene. And oh my gosh, I'm actually so glad this wasn't spoiled for me, because it was just like, I was just like surprised. And so there was a bunch of like kind of younger people in the front of us, and there was like a group of guys behind us, and they were probably like our age, like 30s. And it was just so funny because you hear a voice, and then the camera cuts to it, and it's freaking Tails, and these guys go, yeah. They're just freaking out because they're just having like a blast. And I was too. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Tails. I love Tails. So I actually didn't know the voice of Tails has been a woman this whole time, and that's great because I thought I could only like what was her name, the pink hedgehog, I think her name is Amy, and in the latest Sonic video game era is like Styx. And so it's kind of cute that I don't know why I'm just now realizing it. Yeah, the voice of Tails was a woman the whole time. And And the voice was that classic voice, like all the ones I've heard in the Sonic games, everything like that. It was like, oh my god, it's Tails. So honestly, they opened it up for a sequel, like really before that. So like Eggman being in the mushroom place, that's the sequel right there. You got Tails at the end. Sonic is just discovering his power. I mean, he doesn't know, or he didn't know that he could do the Powerball thing, and now he does, because, you know, friendship. Friendship solves everything. I mean, come on. It doesn't have to make sense. It's Sonic. I love Sonic, so we're just gonna ignore that it's not, like, logical that he, like, almost died, but he was brought to life because of friendship. Like, leave him alone, okay? He's also, like, a blue supersonic Sonic Hedgehog. Also, speaking of Sonic, so I thought it was really funny that Sonic Drive-In wasn't like the like unofficial sponsor for this movie, right? Like, and they didn't have like a product placement for Sonic Drive-In, but they did for Olive Garden. And I mean, it's fine, but I was just like, hey, they didn't go with the obvious thing there. So, you know, we like Olive Garden, whatever. Olive Garden should jump on that and like do like a Sonic like pasta or something like that. I take it. Yeah. So I just have to say, I absolutely love this movie. Like, I give it 50,000 gold rings and like a bunch of stars. Because it was like, I turned to my husband and I was like, I love this movie so much. I loved it. It's a great time. Like I said, it reminds me of sneaking on one of those old 90s TVs to watch Fox Family at 8 o'clock in the morning and just watch some cartoons. And, you know, it had the elements of what I needed without feeling like a remake of the same thing I've already seen. Like, it was right. And so I'm ready for this movie to be on DVD so I can like watch it like every day. But it was so good. I really want to know what you guys thought. Let me know if you are going to see it. Let me know if you've already seen it, what you think. If you hated it, I mean, you can tell me, but I'm going to disagree with you because I thought it was excellent. And if there's any Easter eggs that you noticed, send us a tweet at Geeky Girl Guide. My Twitter is at Quinzel, and that's Quinzelee. And oh gosh, there's so much. And honestly, I don't care if this movie is all people talk to me about for the next 6 months. Like, it's fine. Because it's just a good time. I wouldn't worry about not bringing kids with you. Really, honestly, though, as a blogger who watches kids' movies all the time and often leaves her toddler at home because he can't, like, chill during the movies, I'm telling you, it's fine. Like, adults had, like, a blast. Like, you will have a blast during that movie. It's really for us. I think kids will like it, too. I mean, if you have some kids that are really into cartoons and they don't really understand Sonic, they may not like it, but I mean, I'm biased because I grew up with Sonic, so I know that I love it, and so I think that you will love it too. So again, how many rings did I say? 50,000? Yeah, 50,000 gold rings, a whole bunch of stars. Go see it. You will not regret it. Okay, so that's the end of my Sonic review. I want you guys to tune in with me next week, because next week I am going to have your fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn the movie, aka Birds of Prey, aka Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, aka whatever the title is now. Okay? Alright guys, see you later. Bye. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Geeky Girls Night In. Shout out to Leslie, who actually trusted me to put this on and not say anything crazy in her absence. If you guys want to give us a call or tell Leslie how good or bad I'm doing, you can call us 317-207-0693. You want to send us some mail? We like getting letters. Go ahead and address something to us at Geeky Girls Night In, P.O. Box 90232, Indianapolis, Indiana 46290. Want to give us a coffee? Because we're like super thirsty, right? Just kidding. That's like our funding thing. So send us a coffee our way. And that's going to be ko-fi.com/geekygirlsni. And again, that's ko-fi.com/geekygirls. N as in Nancy, I as in Igloo. Hey, special thanks to Michelle for being our first contributor. Thanks, Michelle. We so broke. Anyway, want to hang out with us on Facebook? You can go on facebook.com and search Geeky Girls Night In. You can also go hang out with us on Instagram where we post funny memes. Geeky Girl Guide. You can also go to Geeky Girls Ni Nancy Igloo on Twitter, and we will be there too. If you want to just like not hear me ramble and say like 1,000 times, you can check out our blog post on geekygirlguide.com. I don't really know what else to say here except Quinzel out.